we know you guys can do that.
Yeah.
But we just happy to do that.
Yeah.
We don't feeling we do too much job in the house.
So what I'm trying to get across is that I think you do way too much and Lay doesn't do much at all. And she's treated like a bit of a princess, so...
Actually, I don't really want to do that. I want she become like a princess. I want she happy.
That's really your choice, but that doesn't wash in my eyes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be happy with
But
that.
I will help you.
Yeah.
Definitely, I will do some more jobs. And
Because you don't want to be a slave, you don't want to work hard and... What have you learned, babe?
I changed some roles for your kids.
Yeah?
I asked them to pack their lunch by themselves. They are really happy on it.
Yeah.
So
in the future,
future,
always wanted to do it. Yeah.
you probably need to back off on their lunch pack.
Sorry, did your children, did they make their lunches?
No,
doing
Jackie
that?
does it.
No.
Jackie.
So you make the lunches as well?
Yeah.
And dinner?
Yeah.
And clean?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
That's
You need to come and live with me for a week.
See, we are so similar.
No, honestly, if this show ever reruns, we should live together.
Could we do it now?
I've had an interesting time because I've never met anyone like Lay. I thought, wow, what have I got? I've got another child in my house. So yeah, I definitely learned how to have a little bit more fun on a different level, but whether I liked it or not, I don't know. I think you'd be too much for me. I definitely think it would do my head in.
I really hard to control myself because he's taking everything so seriously.
The way I see it is you just try and get all the good positives out of every little thing.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
This as well, you know, you got to know that.
The limit.
Yeah, the limit.
Are you
glad
glad you did it?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Same.
Because I wanted to pull out the week before. I was like, nope, not going to do it now.
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. I'm sad it's over now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm missing you.
Thank you so much. You taught me heaps. Thank you.
You're a good friend. You're not jealous?
She was dying to do that. Put lipstick on me.
Thank you
And with
so
one
much.
huge wipe, it's all
Let's talk about what we just saw. Let's just discuss. Also, hi, my name is Shayna. I talk about a lot of things, including child freeness and the joys, philosophies, theories behind it, and why it's the life for me. But I also talk a lot about decentering men and how that can actually lead to happy, healthier relationships, not just romantic, but in general. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Now let's talk about the clip we just saw. There's a lot of things to dissect in that. One, I really wanted people to notice the body language, right? And what that body language told me was that out of the 4 people there, the 2 couples, there was only one person that was unhappy about the situation that they are in their marriage. And that one person that is not enjoying the situation within their marriage is the white wife in the couplings. So for those who are unfamiliar with wife swap, it's literally where 2 couples that live opposing lifestyles trade wives and for like a week or so, and the wives have to abide by the rules of the family that they are a part of. Obviously there's no like canoodling that goes on, but they have to abide by the rules of the family in the beginning, and then at the later half they switch. So that way, in this case, the family where the wife is always overworked goes to a household where the husband does the majority of the domestic labor, and she experiences what it's like for somebody else to take care of her. And then in the end, after she's experienced this, then she switches to where she starts to implement some of the rules from her household into the other house. Now, there's a couple things that I want to talk about in this. One, I want to talk about how clearly in love and obsessed with the other person that the Asian couple is. And this has nothing to do with race, but the Asian couple, they're all over each other. The woman is all over her husband. The husband is just soaking it in. He loves talking about his wife and how he makes his wife feel. And he tends to do a lot of the domestic labor. Now, on the other side, once again, nothing to do with race, but the white couple, the woman who does the majority of the domestic labor, notice how her man isn't even touching her. She does not, her body language gives, I don't want to be touched. It is giving, I want there to be space, and he also is oblivious to it, and I guess he also enjoys the space between him and her physically because he's getting the privileges He's getting the privileges of having somebody else do the majority of the work. And he even says, which I have said in another video, and then there are all of these men in the comments that are saying things that I am uninterested in talking about. But he said that the wife and the wife swap from the other couple that entered his house, that she was like a princess. And he said, in other words, that he's like, oh, I understand, like, I want to be like treated like the princess too, ha ha ha. And then she's like, oh, maybe we should pair up again next time, because she gets it. I literally said this before, and then a bunch of men got mad. A lot of them want this kind of princess treatment, but still want the position of the head of the house. And the fact that he said that he would not be capable of handling a woman like her. The white husband said that he would not be able to handle a woman like the Asian wife. Now, mind you, I want to just go back and see the clip, because the way that when she hears that, she just cuddles up to her man, because she knows that about herself. She knows, I'm not for everybody. Not everybody can handle me, but my man can. And he does flawlessly. And her man also knows this. And he treats her like the treasure that she is, because he knows, this is my woman. And like the whirlwind of energy that clearly she has, and that brings so much life into his life. He's like, not everybody can handle. Not that a woman needs to be handled, but this is a kind of energy that is so raw and powerful and tangible and visceral. She wouldn't want to be just anybody's. She wouldn't want to just any man. So let me treasure her. I love watching the physicality of the relationship that they have with each other. And it's just very telling when looking at the other side. Because the woman on the other side clearly really, not only did she really enjoy the experience of knowing what it's like to be treated well and cared for when it comes to domestic labor and in the house, but when her kids had the opportunity to make their own lunches, she even said, this is something that they've really wanted to do. And then the other woman said, yeah, and they really enjoyed it. There are ways, she had so much responsibility. She had so many duties within the house with no help. Now, some of that was self-implied, for example, like the kids making their own lunches. But on the other side, there are things that her husband just didn't want to do. Probably will continue to refuse to do. He was so happy that this experiment was over. And mind you, the Asian woman had a wonderful time. I didn't actually watch the entire episode. I might do that and then circle back. But it sounds like she just had a fun time. She's like, oh, this is going to be a great experiment. Meanwhile, that man was like, you are ruining my life by making me work. Get out of my house. And she's like, you're so silly. You're so silly. I want you to do some housework. And he's like, oh my God, you're destroying everything. The amount of joy that woman just inhabits and exudes, that her husband clearly nurtures. Obsessed. Ladies, nothing less. This is not to say that you need somebody that does all of the domestic labor or anything like that, but what he wants his woman to feel like a princess. If you've seen Love on the Spectrum, that was Abby's big thing. And Abby was the true heroine of that season. She said, I want to feel like a princess and I want to go to Africa. And here she is, feeling like a princess and going to Africa. This man says, I want my wife to feel like a princess. I want her to feel like royalty when she's in my presence, because I have the honor of being in the presence of a princess. Ladies, hear me when I say this, absolutely nothing less. Because you see what the other side is. It's literally on the other side of the table. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of those things. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, type them in the comments. All right, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.